Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Castlevania Lord of Shadows Mirror of Fate HD. Extremely long name. So very possibly what's going to happen here is we are going to have to run to the end of the map and find that we are just going to see a cutscene and that may be the end of the game, or there might be something more. We have found a weird, like, collectible item that has not been referenced, so that's a little weird. That was weird too. Notice how the maglev just kind of magnetically sucks you. Interesting. So I wonder if there's might be a collectible on the other side of this wall. I don't think there is though. If it is, it's a secret collectible I'm just gonna miss. We've gotten everything that the map has indicated was a collectible, so I don't see a reason to believe that the map would lead me astray. Alright, there is the red thing, but we don't actually need the red thing because that would send us back the wrong direction. And the wall chicken apparently refills magic and health. So, alright. Just gotta go this direction. And then it's just a matter of figuring out the quickest route out of this way. This might not be very long at all with all these extra maneuverability abilities, but certainly you can see how the first act would in no real way be benefited by being able to climb on specific walls or use mag rails, because there were none of those specific walls existed, nor did mag rails exist. Oh, look at that! I found a way to hurt myself on the gears of the elevator. Alright, and this is where we had the boss fight, and now we just have puppets. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna end up fighting the puppet master first or not. This is a vampire's tower. I guess we could potentially be fighting the puppet master and the toy master, not the puppet master. Boy, that terrible movie series. Yeah, we might be fighting the toy master first, and then we'll get a cutscene with Dracula. And this fight might be a little difficult. Here's that ghost again. So we'll just follow him. Is he going to appear back this direction? And the music's just playing weirdly for no reason. I guess they just wanted to use that animation, or maybe that is a callback to something in the Castlevania series. In this map, oh, there are 5 more secrets to find, which is, I guess, good to know. So there is a platform up here. Can I reach it with my extra height gathering abilities? I don't think I can. So I think we'll probably have to run all the way back. We have all these creepy 2D art pictures that I wonder what that looked like, honestly, in in the 2DS version. Yeah, that doesn't give me enough height. Well, we did find something collectible. Now, at this level, we are expected to have our glide ability. So, this is just a slight reminder. And we're getting wonky, weird music. Alright. There we go. And we'll come over here and we'll swing. Not high enough. That's a long walk every time you fail. So I'm gonna try real hard not to fall down a second time. You get one jump and then through here. And then werewolf ability, and I slowed down time for no reason because I hit the wrong button. That worked really easily. Maximum amount of ammunition is increased again. So yeah, it seems like, oops, it seems like there's a significant amount of collectibles to find in this area, but I'm not sure if we're really gonna find anything. We've kind of been short on fighting enemies. Even compared to the first game, there was a lot more zombies that were appearing in the first act. Now it's not even bothering to give us anything. Let's regain health. And look at the map. There's still 3 collectibles. So almost certainly one of these collectibles is the orb we need. There's the elephant. Somebody spent some effort on that to animate all of that. Honestly though, this is kind of low polygon. What are you? Like, I don't even know if this guy is a boss character. I assume he isn't, but we haven't seen anything like this, so is this supposed to be a devil or an angel? And I'm just not taking any chances here. I'm just gonna see if I can dash over this guy and kill him. This is gonna be hard to hit him. That took a lot of life. For what is effectively just sub-boss. They just introduced a new enemy style attack type for me. Wall chicken just maximizes and increases everything apparently. I think this is probably the right direction, so let's go. No, we can't. I thought this was a wall I could jump around, but apparently it isn't. So it's kind of hard to do this. I'm just gonna hit A after each one and it will jump forward just fine. Jump down. And this didn't do anything. Okay. Well, this is going a little bit better than I thought because I did think we were probably just going to end the whole game, or possibly at least end the whole game. Alright. This also does nothing. So, yeah, we're seeing a little bit more gameplay. Unfortunately, it is just all this platforming stuff. And I don't feel like Castlevania is a platforming game. I really don't. As a series. I think it can have a little bit of platforming. I mean, in the same way that Rogue Legacy has a lot of platforming in it. But that shouldn't be the first focus or design. Okay. This is weird. Am I coming back here, or is this just the end of the game? Let's just go forward. Throne entrance. It's just a bunch of bodies, and we're back to the teenage boy target demographic apparently. Alright, here's the question: how can there be so much that I missed in this? There must be a whole nother part of the map. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go forward. I'm just gonna assume that there's more to this. It seems like there's more to this. Seems like we're gonna have to fight people. So these are, I guess, vampires. Although I would argue not any vampires I've ever seen. What am I supposed to be doing here? Yeah, that was awkward. And we've got a gargoyle, which I'm just ignoring. Alright, let's ask this question. There's, in the tower entrance, there are 3 collectibles in total. I've just found 1, so there's 2 remaining. And frankly, I don't want to fight these guys. Why is... Perfect example of the animation giving invincibility frames there. Like, major invincibility frames. And I'm certainly no expert in the concept of iframes or invincibility frames, but yeah, those would be hard to miss. Alright. And so yeah, you've got these topless statues and gargoyles. Find 2 blood orbs to open this door. So the game really is just gonna screw you in that. Like, you really are gonna have to just find everything. Gargoyle. Why did we just get the gargoyle bit of information? Like, that wasn't a bestiary item we just collected or anything like that. Alright. I was thinking maybe swing the other direction first. There's shadow crawler. Is that what these are called? No. I have not seen anything called a shadow crawler. Apparently he was a creature in the previous act that I missed, or he was a creature in the next act. Or maybe he's just left on the cutting room floor. I've come too far to give up now. I must find the orbs that Dracula created with his own blood. Only then can I break the dragon seal and face him once and for all. Entrusted to their fellow vampires, the magic spheres must be kept hidden somewhere in the tower under the watchful eye of the guards. Right. And then that is... let's see... 3 of 3. So we're just going to go through here. And I kind of don't think that there's any reason to not just break this wall and run. Notice how the game decided not to give me invincibility frames in the middle of an animation. That's not fair. Alright. So this looks like an area we've already been to, but it isn't. We kind of know exactly where we're going, so the game's gonna make it easier. It really would have just pushed us, I guess, to get the blood orbs, because they become the objective. That being said, it still doesn't seem like there's 2 collectibles in this area. Assuming I can get them both now, it does not seem like I'll make it to level 14 probably, but not 15, definitely not 18. It doesn't feel like I'm going to have my health and my magic at maximum, and it feels like there is a second act. If I were a betting person, this definitely feels like there's a second act. Right. And so I can't go through that door. The side perspective makes the doors difficult to use to determine if it's a gated door that I might be able to jump through. So how do you fix that? You do it with animation. Simply, you just make it so you can see that this is you have no wall in the foreground. You have that crumbled so you can see that it is a well, the type of wall that you either need or don't need. Alright. This. And then this. And then this. And that should power this. I screwed that up a little. It's supposed to jump and hover. And power this. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and collect this one. I came through the window like black mist, or they came, carrying women under their dark wings. Those who were unconscious were laid on the table, while the rest were toyed with as they tried to escape. The game was a depraved version of hide and seek that always ended with the same way: the girls' throats open and their captors enjoying their blood. Okay, well, that bit did not end with me yeah, that didn't end with me getting to level 14. This is weird because it's another like nicely animated element that we're just gonna rush through, and I think most people would rush through because yeah, the game is at its end for this act, and there's been a lot of frustration before this point. And that was nice and easy. Unfortunately, it's not what I was going for. So just jump and swing, and then swing here, and then glide this way. That opens a couple more doors to make it easier to exit this area. I will grab this. Why make an altar for the blood orbs if they're supposed to be hidden? And or why hide the blood orbs if you're going to make basically a vault for them? It's kind of inconsistent. In the same way that we're getting these, I guess they're called night vampires. Like, we're getting these beastries now for no reason. The game has just given up and decided, yeah, you're just gonna get them. We don't care that we didn't place enough items to be pickups. And there's plenty of places where there could have been pickups, frankly. There's lots of little corners and edges that you could just have had me on a wall, jump up higher off screen and find a collectible. But I imagine what they wanted was for this game to be really easy because, well, frankly, I don't think they even knew what the target audience for this game was. Like, it seems like it's for teenage boys who've never heard of Castlevania before, have really no reason why they would want to play a Metroidvania game, and definitely don't want to play anything difficult. I mean, that's best I can figure. Let's just be done with this and move on. Yeah, I guess this is up and over. So we can refill everything. And I don't know if that really even matters, because are we really going to have a boss fight? Are we going to fight the toy maker? Or are we just getting a cutscene? That same cutscene. And there are actual blood vials that are required to open the door. This is also the only point in this game up until so far where we've needed any kind of key at all to unlock anything short of a lever. And even the lever controlled doors are usually right in front of the door.
It cannot be. Good of you to join us, Father. It's been a long time.
It seems fate has given me a second chance. I have come to finish what I started.
I know why you have come. I had hoped you would stand with me, son. Hope that you would understand.
I have no idea
the Brotherhood.
what the story is, though.
Remaking this world.
Join you. Look at me. You've made me a monster. Father, you made me like you. A creature that thirsts for blood, filled with hatred. You should have.
I wonder if he's actually Simon Belmont, and this guy isn't a Belmont at all.
Let him go. This is between me and you.
He is a Belmont. I will not suffer that bloodline to live any longer.
Okay, so who am I playing as? Alright, I am playing as Alucard. Alright. And I guess we're not doing anything here. Oh, and yeah, time does not slow down for him at all. So unless this was a attempt at I just made the game worse for myself, because Simon is actually helping. So is Alucard... I thought Dracula was a Belmont also, so I'm uncertain how this is supposed to go. Simon is down. Yeah, bats seem to do nothing. So it seems like your ammunition is pointless. This feels like the kind of fight where you should just let me be invincible, so we can hear the guy talk and just have an epic fight where it doesn't really require any skill at all. Yeah. So I got it to the halfway point. And let's just go a little long and see what happens there. So, bats and wolf. Yeah, that knocked him down to the halfway point really fast, but I am also about to die. So, unless I'm going to have some checks, like, I'm just gonna throw every bat at him and see if that does anything. So maybe I shouldn't do the extra damage yet. Yeah, I think what a lot of this just comes down to is trying to counter attacks, which is a skill that we really never ran into. Maybe it is time. Maybe there is something to just like freezing time. No. Yeah, I don't really know what the bright white light means. Like, okay, we got to a checkpoint. So I'm hoping this may be the beginning of Act 3 or just quick time events or something.
Deal with him, Alucard.
No.
So now I have to fight. Now I have to fight the Simon Belmont, I guess. Can we just skip this?
I won't fight against you.
Alucard, release your anger.
Well then I'll just take my health from him and then...
I don't want to harm you, Simon. No way.
Apparently I can't slow down time either. So this is just like a straight avoidance fight. Like, I can't throw anything to him. I won't go into wolf mode.
I won't fight against you. I don't want to harm you, Simon. No way.
So all I've got is dashes. I don't get this. Like, I'm not getting any prompts at all. So I can do this, and that's about it.
Release your anger.
So I'm just gonna tap left trigger, apparently, and then hit right trigger to do a takedown attack.
Do you need my help, Alucard?
Okay. So this is actually pretty easy, but you've got to figure out a couple of things that aren't being told to you. So
He fights well.
just tap this, and when it glows white, tap right trigger, then do A quick time events. And this is the 4th time I've had to do this.
You're pathetic.
And now it's just quick time event. Come on, Simon, kill him. Alright. Alright. I think we can probably pull off a victory here if I'm careful enough. Come on. Come on, Simon. He takes a long time to react. He's just got a little bit of life left. So we should be able to get this. Is this going to be a quick time event, or is this just a cutscene? Because the game's been inconsistent about that also.
No, Simon. It must be you.
So he's gonna stab through him. I would have thought he would have stabbed through Dracula and Alucard on accident, and then realized he accidentally killed his father.
This is not how a vampire is supposed to die.
What do you mean?
It wants the pendant you are wearing.
Not a chance. It was a gift from my father. It's all I have of him.
Your father gave you that without knowing its true power. As long as you wear it, you will not be able to decide or act entirely for yourself. Your actions will be guided, manipulated. Do you think you are here entirely of your own free will? Let it go. It doesn't belong to you. Just as it did not belong to your father.
So was it the Brotherhood manipulating him, or Dracula manipulating him? I think Simon would probably need a lot more convincing than that.
Will you tell me now who you are?
I still don't know who Alucard is, though. Is he Trevor Belmont, or is Dracula Trevor Belmont?
That's your father's, Simon.
We're going long here.
Please, leave it. It's not a toy.
So his mother
Had waited until now to tell
has
us
less of a Scottish accent than Simon does. That makes no sense.
I suspect they believed he would not return. It must be me, Cypher. It can be no other. You understand that, don't you? For the honor of my own family, I cannot live with this shame. I must protect you and Simon from this. I
So
must avenge my mother.
his mother saw in the mirror that Dracula was going to kill Trevor Belmont, I guess. And so that probably did happen, but instead of killing him, he turned him into a vampire.
I have carried this small piece of mirror since I was a boy.
So it's like 3
It is
generations.
said it comes from a magical mirror, capable of showing your past and true fate. Though it has never shown me anything, perhaps one day, my son, it will reveal something of yours. Keep
The
it
Mirror of
always
Fate name
coming with you,
here
Simon.
is just hamstrung into
Will
this
you do that for me?
storyline for no reason. Unless Act 3 actually unlocks and there's a gameplay mechanic where we're actually doing something with mirrors. But even if that was the case,
I have not returned
most players would have not made it this far anyways.
far behind. Take to the forest.
But I don't think there actually is any game here. I think Act 3 is just a credits cutscene.
Back to us.
They probably were planning on making an Act 3, but they probably ran out of budget, would be my guess. Konami said forget it. What's crazy though, I'm pretty sure Mercury Stream, which I think is the developers of this game, is the same developer of the Lord of Shadows 2. So that's weird. And yeah, there was a hard limiter, obviously, like, and kind of an obvious hard limiter that was going to stop us from finding going any higher, because now we're at level 14 with half of our experience, so we immediately ended up with this. It seems like we are going to play a whole third act. Trevor Belmont, it probably is going to be a slightly shorter act, I would assume, but yeah, there's stuff here. There's still 4 abilities that tell me that there's probably more than 4 levels. And then there's at least 10, it feels like, enemies that we're gonna get bestiaries for. And let's see. Doesn't seem like he's gonna play too different from the other 2. If I was telling the story again, I would make it kind of easy to integrate the story so that you would jump at one point from playing as Simon to playing as Alucard to playing as Trevor and then back to Simon. Then you just jump around a lot more, and all the levels would potentially be one giant castle. And I probably would use the trick where some doors would be unlocked for some characters, and then sometimes you'd see that character, that like Alucard, opened a door by pulling a lever, and then by the time Simon got there, the door was already open. Or Alucard defeats an enemy, and by the time Simon gets there, there's a completely different enemy there. We went long, but the entirety of the game is going along at this point. I kind of have this half idea that I want to rage quit, but there's no rage in that right now. I think most people, probably with any common sense, would have given up on this game at this point. If the way this plays and the way this is set up, they might as well have just ended it after we defeated Dracula and shown me a cutscene and that's it. But no, they're going to force me to play some more games, so we'll come back in the next episode. That's going to be it for this recording, though. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.